one-sided affair in NATO's favor to help Ukraine. The question is getting all of that political will and the money and the actions into this.
Elmera, good morning.
Good morning. Ready? In English, yes. Today I will be updating the Council as to the progress of the Cyprus Maritime Corridor to Gaza. The first shipment of 200 tons has arrived in Gaza and has been safely distributed. A second larger shipment is ready to depart as we speak. We now have therefore proof of concept, and the aim is to continue in a systematic and scale-up way the flow of shipments to Gaza. For that to have happened, Israel has lifted the naval blockade of Gaza exclusively for the Amalthea plan. The aim is to continue, as I said, with the logistical upgrade of the whole structure. And to this end, we continue to see the usefulness of the land and air crossings, and we insist that this is a complementary and additive effort. We need to thank the Egyptian and the Jordanian side for all the work they have been doing for all this time, and the Cyprus initiative is, as I said, complementary to those efforts. Cyprus has been working on this for a long time, and the support by the United States and the UAE has been instrumental for the materialization of this project. We now see that there is a growing international humanitarian coalition, and for that we are extremely pleased. Next steps. The first thing, we need to scale up, as I said, the capacity in terms of the departure point, also in relation to the means of transport, and also diversification as to the distribution network. Secondly, it's the establishment of a fund for the financing of the project. And finally, the successful and effective integration of interested parties. To this end, there is a meeting scheduled on the 21st of March in Cyprus with the participation of more than 40 countries, exactly in order to see operationally how we can proceed forward. We have established a maritime corridor for Gaza, which is a lifeline for the people in Gaza. And to this end, we'll continue to work with our partners. Thank you.
The meeting on the 21st of March is to raise funds. Who do you want funds for, and for what?
The meeting on the 21st is exactly to see how we can scale up the operational capacity, also in terms of how we can have additional means of transport, and also in terms of distribution network. And its establishment of the fund, we're going to discuss the modalities as in relation to that, the ring fencing of the fund, because this is going to be a project that is for the long run, and it needs to be financed properly in a secure way with accountability, through which the countries that want to participate would be able to submit their pledges.
Will the EU will participate in this meeting? Will the EU participate?
The EU is already on the ground. There is a team from EU, from DG ECHO. They have been very supportive, especially the President of the European Commission, and we are using their expertise in the logistical capacity, both on the ground and in terms of the planning for the fund and for all the other aspects of the project.
Do we have an update on the jetty that the Americans are constructing?
That is something that we have information that is proceeding with a plan that probably is going to bring the construction closer to what was originally discussed about. This is going to be very important because it's going to enable a more systematic flow of aid. And this is something that the American side has been working on. It's going to be in cooperation with interested parties, Cyprus included, and that would be a game changer in terms of the destination point.
Why so long time to establish 5 months to establish this corridor? Why? This is a problem of logistical problems. Because I think Cyprus pledged for during.
Yes, we have been pushing for this and trying to explain this for 5 months, as you rightly say. We are happy with the result that finally the international community and important players have seen the value of this, and we are looking forward. We have done all the work. For a long time we have been alone in all this, But what is important is at the end of the day that this is happening because the people in Gaza need all the aid that can get in.
You said closer to what, sorry, the shore? The jetty will be closer to the shore?
I've said that the jetty is closer, the completion of the construction is going to be closer in terms of time to now rather than what was perhaps originally envisaged.
Now that the ship has already arrived to Gaza, were the biggest difficulties in the whole procedure?
From the first ship, we've seen a number of minor issues of technical nature that we have incorporated in the updating of the planning. There are minor issues in terms of the platforms, of the barges, in terms of the small pier that has been constructed. All these are issues that delay, in a way, the actual distribution and the arrival and distribution, but no major issue has arisen. We have dealt with this and we are moving forward with the next bigger shipment hopefully in the next couple of days.
Are there any estimations on how many ships could leave the port of Larnaca each week? Estimations?
And the capacity?
We have the capacity to continue with a consistent flow. That of course depends on the pledges by countries that are interested of the vessels necessary, but also more importantly of the distribution network on the other side in Gaza that would be able to make good use of the aid in a way that is efficient. So we cannot overburden that system, and this is why we're looking into building up the capacity in terms of adding up recipients of the aid in terms of the distribution. And this is something that is going to be discussed, of course, and it's been discussed, but on the 21st it's going to be one of the issues exactly on the agenda.
Can you tell us about the inspection procedures? Sorry, the Israeli authorities are doing their inspections in Cyprus and they say they're happy with it. Can you tell us what they're letting through, for example, that they're not letting through by land? Can you tell us what they're doing there?
There is a protocol in place, a security protocol that has been designed some time now in cooperation with the Israeli side, because this is, as you can understand, the pragmatic thing to do. And that involves a very detailed security screening so that it's certain that the cargo is sterile. And that, of course, at this moment it involves primarily food supplies. And of course, the next step would be medicine and so on. So it's a common, it's an inspection protocol with the active observation of the Israeli side, because we need to make sure that there is a security element that is being satisfied so that the naval blockade would have been lifted, as has been the case on this occasion. Thank you very much. Sorry?
Which authority receives and distributes?
At the moment, as you know, it's the World Central Kitchen, but we are looking up to adding to that capacity.
And in
Thank
Gaza,
you.
have you received